The truth about C-HII'S, New York drill, poverty pimps, selling pain for profit. I'm going to be real fast. I'm going to be real quick, and I'm going to be respectful. And this is for educational purposes only. Now, recently, it's been a lot of attack on drill music. It's been a lot of attacks on the young, the youth. And there's been a lot of hypocritical behavior going on. But I'm going to say rest in peace to C-HII'S, because he's still a young man that lost his life. And he's not the first, and he will not be the last. And that's sad to say, but this is a reality that everyone has to face. And I will say a lot of us was raised correctly. A lot of people was taught principles and morals, how to do right from wrong. Some was raised in the church. Some had a big family to help them out, pushed them to be great. Teachers, after school programs. But somehow, some way, as we get older, we go astray from that path. And sometimes it's called peer pressure. It's called public opinion. It's called being cool, being accepted. And sometimes it's just called trying to keep up with the Joneses, AKA a fad, or what's trendy. So in this video I'm doing right here, this is to make sense out of the nonsense and correct a lot of errors, because a lot of lies, rumors are being spread and have been spread about C-HII'S and other young individuals on the come up and on the rise. And in my opinion, it's a lot of people out here trying to profit off selling pain. And they're trying to be prophets, but really, a lot of them, they just want to make a profit. And that's why they call poverty pimps. And it's not just preachers. It's not just people like Al Sharpton and Benjamin Crump. You got people in the hood that look just like you and me, and their whole purpose is to make $1 off other people's pain. So I'm going to say salute to all the parents that have lost children in the world to gun violence or other negative actions. Also, the parents that lost their children, and they might not be resting in peace, but your children are led astray and you trying to bring them back home. This is for the right. Now, recently, the mayor of New York City, for those who don't know, his name is Eric Adams, and he has started, some would say, an attack on drill rappers, specifically New York drill rappers. And C-HII'S was the latest of drill rappers from New York City to lose his life. But my purpose is to clarify in this video that the youth have been dying way before New York drill rap, way before drill rap, period. I spoke about how gangs have been around for 50 years. And ever since it's been gangs, people have been dying. Other than gangs, people still have been dying from other reasons. And for those that know about rap music, hip hop music, we know that this ain't nothing new that's going on in rap. Some of us was raised off of NWA, Cool G Rap, Ghetto Boys, and a whole lot others. And we know gang violence, gangster rap has always been profitable to the corporations. So this ain't nothing new at all. Also, what I'm seeing is people found out they can make $1 off dissing the dead. And it's not just in drill music. And in my opinion, that's the only thing foul about drill music is disrespecting the dead and making a mockery out of those that passed away. Because what you actually doing is you violating the families of these people that died. You're violating the loved ones, the people that loved them, and you're basically torturing them when you try to glorify and make money off dissing the dead. Also, what you're doing is entertaining the Grim Reaper, meaning you playing with death. And that's why you'll see a lot of people going to lose their life for entertaining the dead. Or shall I say, disrespecting the dead or poking at the Grim Reaper. Life and death has no partnership. But my point of the matter is certain people that have been profiting off the dead. We see people still making money off Biggie Smalls and Tupac. That's just an example. My point is this. As long as it's a place called a hood where poverty exists, people that's poor, trying to come up, trying to pay their bills, it's always going to be death. That's why they say wherever there's poverty or people poor, it's always going to be crime. And a lot of politicians know this. And a lot of individuals from the suburbs that live a good lifestyle, they know this. And that's why some of them are opportunists. And they never come back to the hood to save nobody or help nobody. All they say is, look at them over there. Look what they're doing. And they point the finger and place blame. And while they doing that, they make money. And it's called selling pain for profit. The same way we know it's R&B singers like Mary J. Blige that'll sing about how she can't get a man, how men did her dirty, because she know it's women in the hood looking for love. And they can't find a man neither. So Mary J. Blige has become a millionaire off selling pain to Black women and women in the urban community, for example. So I'm just giving you examples of a person who will sit back and pimp poverty, pimp pain, and try to profit off the struggle that people go through every single day. Because the whole purpose of the hood is to try to make it out of the hood. But you got some people, when they make it out of the hood, they forget where they came from and they was raised perfect and they know everything. So for us to sit back here and blame these drill rappers for everything that's going on, for us to sit back and say that what happened to C-HII'S was because he didn't have a good upbringing. Like recently, the mayor spoke about how C-HII'S was failed by the system. He grew up messed up. He grew up poor, struggling. In all reality, that was not the truth. That's called propaganda. But I'm going to salute the mayor because he was man enough to come out in public on the podium and explain how C-HII'S actually had people that loved him. And he also indulged in other activities of greatness. He had good grades. He had hobbies. He liked to do things with his father. He respected his father. His father loved him. His mother loved him. His family loved him. He got sisters that loved him. And he was not a nobody. So recently, the mayor spoke out and he corrected his errors, and I must salute him because it takes a man to admit when he is wrong. And the mayor went live the other day, and he had something to say about C-HII'S, and we're going to get into that. And we're going to get into that right now. So I'm going to let all y'all tap into what's going on. Let's go.
We talked about that young man, and I thought about Jordan. That's all I could think about, Jordan, my son. And how much we want the best for our sons and daughters. And we exchange just the human part of Jaquan. Enjoy fishing, riding his dirt bike, good ball player, spending time with his dad. His dad loved him like I love Jordan. And sometimes we don't think about that when it comes down to fathers. And to lose that young man at 18 was horrific. And as I sat down and spoke with him and just felt the pain, and I thought about, imagine losing Jordan at that age. Not enjoy fishing with him. And looking at his report card and seeing how well he was doing academically in spite of the betrayal of our city. And so what we're doing today is part of the component that I stated, that we can save the children of this city. Like this.
So now you heard out the mayor's mouth about how CHII'Wvtt's was raised good. And every family have their bumps and bruises. No family is perfect, because you got to understand it's an everyday fight when you're trying to raise your child in the world of chaos. Like some of y'all taught your child right from wrong, but your daughter still might have become a prostitute. Some of y'all, taught your children to be straight, but some of them ended up gay. Some of them ended up being transsexuals. So is the parents to blame for all behavior of teenagers when they get to a certain point? Or is it the parents' job to provide the best lifestyle and be there for them in a time of need? So it's easy to point the finger. But what you going to do when the finger's being pointed back at you? And this when we come to the scenario that nobody is perfect. And guess what? This can happen to anybody, anytime, any place, any age. It don't matter, because it's called life in real life situations. Which brings me to these poverty pimps on how they always got something to say, but they ain't got no answers. And they ain't got no solutions. Some of us call them lit professors because they are the masters of using the tongue. And when it's all said and done, all they're going to do is fill up their bank account, go shopping, buy new cars, buy jewelry, buy cribs, and they're not going to do nothing for the hood. And their whole niche, their whole hustle comes from telling black people and telling the hood what they already know. And what we all already know is that we all come from struggle. We all come from pain. We all grew up hearing gunshots. And we all was taught to worship the wrong things. So salute to everybody that's trying to make it out. And I'm going to say salute to the young drill rappers on the come up. Perfect your craft and focus on your talent. And you don't have to diss the dead when you got talent. You can let the dead lay where they lay. You can rep your gang, but you can rep your gang respectfully with class. And I'm not promoting gang activity. I'm just being real. Because I'm an individual. I went through the fire, and guess what? I'm still fighting. So I'm not perfect, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm better than nobody. Because life is an everyday struggle, especially when you have a certain background and you come from a certain cloth in a certain community. You understand that sometimes even your color is a fight. So all I'm going to say is watch what you say out your mouth. Don't be quick to judge. And when you're wrong, you're wrong. And a real man will correct his errors, just like we seen the New York City mayor did. So shout out to Grown Man P, A.K.A. Mr. Sex Money Murder, for making sure the mayor of New York City did the right thing and spoke the right things about his child and provided him with proof. So when you hear all this slander about people talking about what they ain't do for their kids and how they grew up wrong and reckless, all you got to do is look at them and see how their kids turned out. And then see at the end who's making profit from all of this talk they talking. A lot of mothers are still crying because they lost their children. And there's some people that'll pop out, have a whole lot to say, and just straight disrespect and violate families across America. And a lot of it, in my opinion, is for monetary gain. And it sounds cool, and it make you feel like you're doing something. But in reality, you're not doing nothing but sticking that knife in the back of the people that's already hurt. So this is my opinion on the situation that affected me. And that's why with the blessings of C-HII'S father, I did this video to prove that it's a lot of hypocrites out here. It's a lot of poverty pimps selling you pain because they ain't got nothing else to talk about, nothing constructive. All they can do is tear down. And they know in the hood, it's always going to be pain. That's why some people sell dope, some people sell Percocets, and some people sell false hope. And then they act like they're helping you out. So salute to everybody that understand this message. And salute to Grown Man P. Grown Man Talk is a channel. And the reason why I say that is you can go and get more proof for yourself. You will see them retiring C-HII'S jersey from when he played basketball. You also can look up his report card. And you also will see that his father never tried to profit or shine off his son. And all he did was stay humble. And they had a lot of things planned behind the scenes that a lot of y'all don't even know about and will never know. And with that note, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to get up out of here. And I'm going to say once again, rest in peace to C-HII'S. And I'm out.